As you might expect in our code, we're going to create classes for each calculation that we want to perform. These are our strategies, and we'll use a common interface for each strategy so that we can invoke it through a reference to the strategy interface within our context class. Now again, we'll start back over in our test methods. We have a test method here that is going to new up our strategy class. This is our UPS shipping cost strategy, and it's going to pass it to the constructor of the shipping cost calculator service. We will then new up an order or somehow obtain an order that we're going to use during our calculation, and then we'll call shipping calculator service.calculate shipping cost passing that order. It's not really that different from what we saw before, with the exception that we're passing our strategy into the constructor. Really quickly, I'll go ahead and run all of our tests to ensure they pass. They do, and now we can drill down and take a look at what our shipping cost calculator service is doing. When we call its constructor, it's merely taking the strategy and holding it as a member field, and later using that strategy to perform the work of calculate shipping cost, so that it's merely returning the call to calculate on the strategy itself. Now we'll take a real quick look inside these various classes to see what they're doing. It's pretty simple. Here's our FedEx strategy. It's merely returning 5. You can again assume that this would be a fairly complicated algorithm that we might go through to determine our actual shipping costs. We're just returning a constant here of 5. And you'll see similar implementations in our UPS strategy and in our postal service strategy. But all of them implement the shipping cost strategy interface, which defines for us the calculate method that takes an order as a parameter. Of course, that was taken as an input to the constructor for the shipping cost calculator service. And we'll see in a moment that there are some variations to how we might construct all of this, but we've achieved basic separation of concerns between our algorithm that does the calculation and the class that's going to provide the results. We've also eliminated the need for the unknown order shipping method. It's now going to be impossible basically to find ourselves in a state. See, we don't need it. We can compile without it. It's going to be impossible to find ourselves in a state where we're going to throw that exception, because in order to get a shipping cost calculator service, we're going to have to pass in the correct strategy in the first place. So we don't have any non-deterministic behavior here.